Are you guys ready to let it out all on the table? And we're serving it hot, fresh, and ready for you. Let's get into it, babies.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Pink diamond chicken wing chain. Are you
what? Oh no, you didn't.
You forgetting that I pressed you before, bitch?
What? Nicki Minaj. Sounds like it's fight night here tonight on AFTERBUZZ TV. I am your host, English Cleveland, and I am joined by my favorite people of Sunday night. I miss them. I know. Let these people know who you guys are before I have beef with them.
Hi guys, I'm Jessie Zahner. You can find me all over social media at FLetChick.
I'm Mo Classified. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at MO Classified.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Jay Hart. You can find me on social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all of that. It's me, Jay Hart.
All right, let's get into this beefy episode.
Yes.
Okay. Oop, your ass dropped, she said. So, let's get into it. There's a lot of booty on this episode, but there is also a lot of tea, and it was served really, really hot, and there was actually fun facts for tonight.
Alternative facts.
Yes, alternative facts, yeah. So the episode opened up with Candy, Sheree, Shamia, and Kenya all meeting up, as well as Portia and Lauren meeting up, and both basically they're sharing each other's sides of the story of the meetup.
Right.
Which was, I haven't been with you guys, so I miss you guys to like talk about the tea. But I'm like, this was, I don't know if it was like a setup where it was like, come with like your hot, freshest lines, or like, I don't know, but it was a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
Who are we believing?
I don't know.
You don't
Like,
know?
Candy.
You believe Candy?
I was gonna save
totally
it for later,
believe Candy. Candy, like Candy,
Oh, yeah,
she
so do I.
when she has a sex line, she has no reason to lie about, having sex with, just being extra flirtatious with Portia and just doing all that extra stuff, having a sex dungeon. I don't see her lying about that. So I think Candy is definitely, telling the truth in this situation.
I think they're all trying to like say what they have made up in their head without listening to the other person's perspective, because neither of them are saying like the same thing. Like Portia's saying, yes, I might have said that I would make out with you or like eat your pussycat if I was drunk. The Henny does make people do things. I mean, not me because I don't drink any, but champagne makes me do and say crazy things sometimes.
But she denied it at first.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I feel
but
like
you
Portia is not.
Yeah.
It's not adding up. It's like she's saying one thing, then changing
but would
it,
you
then saying maybe
would
I
you
said
accept
that.
something in front of like everybody right then and there
if
where
I
you're
said
like,
it, yes.
oh yeah, well maybe I did say that.
Yeah,
like,
if I said
what if
it,
you
yes.
honestly
There is
didn't
no
remember
maybe.
it?
I don't know. If I don't remember it, then I can't like really press the issue about it not being the truth if I don't remember, Like she's trying to make it seem like this is absolutely not true. If you're not sure, then you shouldn't be saying that. And I feel like Shamia kind of confirmed that Portia was lying. Because Shamia was like, yeah, I remember, Candy, you didn't say any of that or none of this.
Well, it was about the drugging thing, but what Portia didn't say that Candy drug her. Portia said, someone told me.
No, that was what she said today.
Yeah,
last week she did say Candy tried to drug her. This week she tried to change it.
Now she's changing. She's saying someone told her. So
are you guys sure she said that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I can call her right now.
Oh, wait, okay, somebody had Portia's number on speed dial. Have you taken Todd's spot? Let us know. Do we need to know?
No.
Wait, is that are we waiting for that for news and gossip?
English, next subject.
We need to start trolling your Instagram.
Find out next episode.
It goes down in the DM, but no, not like that. But no.
See, look.
No, I'm just, in general, it goes down in the DM.
Let us find out.
Y'all are funny.
Okay, Marvin. No, just kidding. So Cynthia chimed in and said she had something to say, and it kind of brought up a thought of a few seasons back of Portia mentioning about Peter hooking up with girls at Bar One, and Cynthia said, I don't believe things Portia says either, because she said Peter hooked up with a bunch of 18-year-olds, and I don't know. My thing for Portia is never come to a fight with facts other people have said.
Exactly.
Because
Right.
then it's not facts, and I understand that. Like, if you have something to say what you have to say. But like that whole argument was, oh well, some girl told me that you were in a relationship with her for 7 years, and then you guys are arguing about that, and then you're arguing about someone told you that you tried to drug her. Like, it's just too convoluted and like too messy and like too weird. Like, if you can't remember if you were drinking, we all had those moments. Just say, I was drinking, I was messed up. Like, then no one can really blame you, but you can't dance around and say, I was drinking, and then someone told me, and then so and so said this, and so and so said that. Because then there's no credit there.
Right. Definitely.
Cynthia doesn't have the right to say anything, you know, about someone lying or not having, you know, the receipts, because everybody knew for a fact that Peter was cheating. The evidence was there, like the video clips and everything. So
that's why I was curious on why she kept saying, like, we want a receipt of this. It's like, there was a picture of Peter, like, with the woman.
But it was funny when Portia said, your divorce is your receipt.
There you go.
I thought that was about to start.
That was a major comeback.
No, it didn't.
So, do you guys think that Kandi had validity to her saying that with Portia going to anger management, maybe she needs to like work on her lies? Like, what do you guys
she's
think?
Working on the wrong issues.
Yeah.
I think it's a situation where it's like, you know, every time Kandi threw something out there that Portia said, Portia was trying to dig deeper as far as like throwing those digs at her and trying to, you know, create these lies. So I think it's more so of that, and I think probably Portia was embarrassed. You know,
definitely.
oh man, I probably did say that, or you know, why would I say that about you? But it's the fact that, you know, Candy's presenting the truth. She's laying it out there on the table, and Portia's she just know how to take it, honestly.
And I feel like it didn't have to be this bad.
No.
Like, I feel like she could have told the truth from the beginning, and everybody would have just been like, okay, Portia wants to eat candy until she comes. And that's how Portia's rolling.
And I'm also like confused now, because all this time I had been saying like Kenya pushed Portia to the point where she like hit her, or like whatever that interaction was during the reunion. So I always have kind of like defended Portia, like, okay, it's not right to hit, but she was pushed, you know. And now I'm like, is there some other like pathology to this? Because like she's really like telling these lies, and I don't know if she believes them to be true, or if she's just really trying to make people mad. Like, I don't know what she's doing. I have no idea. Like,
I honestly don't think she remembers the things that she says, or the things that
because
she
Portia
does.
gets lit, like she really does.
I think she like drinks and she just has a good time, and she probably says and does things that she probably doesn't mean. Not to say like that's right, but I mean that's within her personality.
Right, but why is she coming at Kandi with it if she can't remember? You know what I mean?
Maybe at that moment, like when some, like say for instance, like, you know, we're homegirls, if we're out and I don't like or like love somebody, I may say, you know what, she shouldn't have wore that dress, and then later on you bring it up saying, oh, you said so and so should have worn that dress. I'm gonna have to recount all of the bad thoughts, because that wasn't the only bad thought I had of her in my head, and be like, oh yeah, I probably did say that at a private lunch where I was drinking or whatever. And so I don't know, for me, I could kind of give her a pass in that aspect of not like remembering at that moment. And then once she did remember, I mean, she did say like, maybe I did say that I wanted to eat your
Well, this is my thing. Phaedra's behind this though. Phaedra's the reason why everything is taking place.
So that was my next, okay, let's get into that. So all the while these ladies are meeting with their friends and family, Phaedra is nowhere around. Phaedra decides to take a church meeting with Tasha Cobbs and some other guy, William Murphy, and Portia basically goes to meet with them to preach the word of the good Lord, but they were all Instagram quotes that we've all seen on Instagram. Oh, the Lord, I've traded beauty for ashes and all this stuff. And you know what? While in the midst of these hard times, yes, Lord, can I get an amen? Put the organ on for me. I'm gonna need you to set up a meeting as like a meeting to bring these girls together. Mind you, you were in the midst of doing all of this. So where are you?
Oh my God, this is so frustrating.
Oh my gosh.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Did we see, was there a scene where Portia actually said that, oh, Kandi is a full-blown lesbian?
Yeah.
I'm talking about before all of this took place, like going all the way back, you know, to when... I'm just trying to see if I missed that, because I remember, like earlier this season, because I do remember Phaedra saying that, oh, Kandi was, you know, figuring Shamia. I do remember that verbatim.
That's what I remember.
They all said that her and Shamia her, Shamia, and Todd hook up with each other, and Phaedra said, "Yeah, Shamia," and she's doing
No, but
that.
I don't think Candy's a full-blown lesbian.
She didn't say that, but she did say
They
So
hooked
she
up with
agreed with-
Shamia.
And I think Phaedra says that because she doesn't like Shamia, and Shamia doesn't like Phaedra. So I think Phaedra is afraid like Portia's gonna leave her if she talks to Shamia. So she has to like get in between the two and stir up some drama, and it's working. And just like I think Sheree might have said that, or maybe I'm just thinking this, but like, why is Phaedra not being brought up into this conversation?
And that's a
And
Sheree.
I was wondering the same.
Oh, it's
thing.
gonna come out.
That's what I'm thinking. I think they're
It's
saving the
gonna
best for
come
last.
out. Well, because remember, there was also a conversation with Sheree, Phaedra, and I think Portia.
Yeah.
And that's when she also said something about Candy being a lesbian. Didn't they talk
when
about
Phaedra
that
was
twice?
doing that?
Yeah, so Tangled 55 is on our chat, and Tangled, whether male or female, I'm not sure, but it says Phaedra isn't behind it. She exacerbated it, but the conversation was about still being in a closet, and that was on Portia 100%. They said.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I didn't know that.
So I just definitely feel like Phaedra was.
My thing is,
Part of
I
it,
don't
yeah.
Or started
understand
it.
if what's her name, Phaedra, was a
Yeah.
part of this lie. How is she now leaning on the Lord? I mean, what kind of Lord is she leaning on?
Oh, and she says like, I
'Cause I
hope
can't-
Jesus Christ helps these women. I'm like,
No, Jesus
She
needs
needs
to
to help you.
you.
Yeah.
You're living. She has the most like delusional mindset of
It
how
makes me
she
so
really
mad.
is.
Yeah.
And
I
when she
think
says
that's-
like, I was raised in the church, it's like she has this entitlement, but then she forgets like how we're all watching you.
That's what I'm
saying. I
Like
hate
you're
that all
shaking
she's
your
done.
booty,
Yeah.
you're nasty, you're doing all this stuff.
Right,
You're
having
trying to like,
affairs.
you're trying to like live up to like the Joneses or hang
Right.
with the Joneses, but then
Yeah.
wanted to pull the Christian card whenever you're in the middle of it.
She contradicts herself a lot, and I hate that she is trying to represent all the church people like that. Because I'm a
Yes.
church dude, and I don't like the way Phaedra is operating.
No.
Like, she needs to own her truth.
We
I feel
do not like
if
the
you're a
fruit
loyal
that she
friend,
bears.
if you're a loyal friend to Portia, you would step up and just keep it
Exactly,
100. Like, okay,
exactly.
Candy, actually, I was the one who started this conversation and said this about you and Shamia. Because I
Amen.
feel like Portia's taking all the heat for nothing.
Right.
Last time I
But then
checked,
we don't
God
know why
didn't like
Portia is taking the
gossiping.
heat.
Last time I checked, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but
No,
I think
true,
that's in the good
true.
book.
That's true. That's
Okay, so let's get back into this. So then we see Candy and Todd, and they're at OLG, and
Right.
they're meeting up, and they see OLG is almost done, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It doesn't look almost done, but it looks kind of like almost done.
true. Yeah, it looks better.
Are you
Improved.
recording us?
I'm going live on
I'm
Facebook.
like, what was that?
You know, was that live?
Countdown.
Yes. And in the midst of them talking about OLG, they decide they want to plan a trip to Maui, and they want to invite all the girls except for Portia, because Portia can't recount her memories.
Yeah.
Todd is Marvin, and they just don't want any of the beef.
Right.
So that's that. Kenya, this season is so weird. Like, I can't believe that we're in episode 15 and everything about Kenya has been like about Matt and the fighting, or like about these like family meetings.
Yeah, I can't believe she's still claiming Matt.
why are we talking about
Exactly,
that?
yeah.
Like,
This
Lord
episode when
have
she said, I have a
mercy.
situation, I was
Insane.
like, why is she still talking
She's still
about
in a
this man
relationship
as if
with
they're
him.
still in a relationship.
Let me tell you what I
They
like
are
about
not.
this season's fact that we are seeing more of Kenya's family.
Yeah.
Except for
I didn't know-
Patty Mayonnaise. I don't know what happened to her aunt.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, she was just disappeared.
She was the realest one. She was the realest one. So Kenya meets up. Her brother surprises her with her nieces
Yeah.
Right.
and her nephew, which they didn't really bring up or talk to, but they showed him from the side. And Kenya talks to her brother about her wanting to keep the girls for about 2 weeks, and her brother tells her it's a lot of work, la-di-da-di-da-di. And she says, I've been I'm dating this guy or whatever. And but every time he gets mad, he like punches my window.
Yeah.
Anybody naturally would be like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. Like, what do you do? What did you do wrong? Like,
Right.
why do you always start him off like,
Yeah.
I like this guy, I'm in a relationship, and
But
he
he's
busts
crazy.
off my window?
Because usually I feel like women that, put themselves in a position where they're provoking the guy will try to make him seem like he's the suspect in this situation when she is the one that's pushing him to the limit. Like, he's not, come on, Kenya's old news. Like I'm tired of him.
And for the last 5 episodes, she keeps saying, he's trying to get my attention.
Right.
And I feel like I'm the only one to help him. Obviously,
You're not a
if the
therapist.
following week we see you again and he's still busting your windows out,
Yes.
whatever you're doing, mama, ain't working.
Right,
Like,
right.
it's like your storyline is old. If you're not fighting with someone, then your boyfriend's busting out your windows or you're crying because you don't have a relationship with your mom.
Definitely.
Like, where's more hair care or whatever the hell she calls it, and like where's all of your like businesses and like the things you do, like you don't do anything but fight with everybody. And I'm not saying like everyone else does, but you hear about everything everyone else does, but you just really don't.
And you see it
and you see it,
even if it's temporary.
Exactly. How
do y'all feel about her wanting to start a family?
That's something she's
She's
wanting
been
to do
saying
since
that
the
for
beginning.
the last 4 seasons.
I couldn't even see her babysitting the niece and nephew. Like, I feel like she would give up after like a day or 2. Like, come get your kids. It's not working out.
Well, I don't know. I'm so over her, and I know they're probably going to be so mad at us tomorrow or tonight. I hope you guys sleep tight. I hope the bed bugs don't bite you in the ass.
The comments.
Yeah, because it's like this delusional. Like, do you guys not watch? Is she paying you guys?
No, they really love Kim.
I think she's paying our comments.
But it's so funny because I think that she knows that she has these people's minds so warped. Because last week I watched like last week's episode and then this week, and she was saying like, I mean, like, I haven't had sex with a lot of people. Like, I don't need my vagina tightened. Like, I haven't had any kids and I haven't had a lot of suitors. And it's like, girlfriend, you're 40 years old. You've been with a lot of people. You need a tune-up. Like, honey, you need a major tune-up.
Definitely.
We know it. Like, don't lie on yourself. So anyways, Cynthia, Phaedra, Candy all meet up for lunch because Candy decides she wants to invite Phaedra to Maui in the midst of the drama, just because Candy did invite her to the glamping trip, or Phaedra invited her to the glamping trip. So they meet up and she invites her, and her first response is, well, who's invited? And she lets her know Sheree's invited and Bob's invited and Peter's coming because Todd wants him to come, which all sounds so weird. And then Cynthia wants to make sure they have separate rooms, but she wants to make sure they have fun for one last time. What do you guys think about that?
What are you getting these separate rooms for if y'all are about to have fun one last time?
What do you guys think about one last time fun?
I mean, Peter is... With Peter and Cynthia?
Yeah.
Oh, I am not. I'm like, Peter, get off the show. I don't want to have anything to do with you anymore. Like, he wants so much airtime, and I'm just like he must have called Todd like before the season and was like, Todd, like, you need to get me on the show. I will pay you like money. Like, he wants to be seen on the show. I don't know why. He just needs to give it up, get the hell off the show, and like be done. And Cynthia needs to be done with him.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of Peter.
About the Portia and Candy situation. Like, if Cynthia Bailey kissed.
Oh my God!
I was like, you are disgusting.
Exactly,
oh my God! I'm so tired of Peter.
Tell, like, he felt passionate about that. Like,
he's so thirsty. He's just like that nasty old man that just wants to be in the midst of like everything and all the drama and stir it up.
Oh, of course.
And it's
he was laughing
weird
when the drama started. Like, he was really getting a kick out of it. He was
but
like,
then he got up
and
tried to like stop it, and I was like, you love this, but he needed to be seen again, so he needed to get up and.
Peter.
He's fighting for that peach.
Yeah, he wants to keep that.
Seriously.
So another man who wants to get a peach is Bob. It seems like, but it seems like he wants Sheree's peach. So they seem like they've been getting really close. They're working out together. We see a week before that they were on a date together.
Right.
She's calling him not daddy, but she called him what, Papa or baby or something she called him, which was cute.
Big pun.
But no, I see that he kind of sweated a little less working out.
Yeah.
Which is interesting, right?
Would normally just sitting there.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
So while they're working out, Sheree decides to let him know that he is also invited to Maui. They will be having separate rooms, but depending on how great this trip goes, they may be going places. I'm like, what does that sound like?
No, but I feel like that is true. Like, if you can travel with somebody, then
they traveled last.
Well, then everybody on Earth would want to marry me because I'm only happy when I'm traveling. So I must be like the best woman on Earth, and then I come home and I'm miserable.
But she sold it really cheap. Like, if it happens, then we're going places.
Yeah,
like,
and he was excited.
Like, we're going to Disneyland. Oh well, yeah. I mean, he seemed excited about it. So Phaedra decides, I guess, when she was talking to Candy and them about going to Maui, she's like, well, maybe we should put this like restoration service on hold and then wait till after Maui, which she just needs to cancel it. So Phaedra meets up with Portia and she wants to invite her to Maui in a creative way. So she takes her to get her skin tightened and detoxing, and surprise, she's inviting her to Maui. Portia says she does not want to go with Teapot, Instigator, Flip Flop, or Messy.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Which was hilarious that she was able to give them all of those names off jump. And it didn't seem like Phaedra wasn't very fond of those names. It seemed like she's heard those names before.
Yeah, she knew who they were.
It's so weird how everyone hated Phaedra at one point. Now Phaedra has
turned to the good guy.
Has like decided to be like the Olivia Pope of the group and like put this wool over everyone's eyes. And her and Sheree, like she tells Sheree and Sheree goes and runs and tells them.
Oh yeah.
And then Phaedra goes and like hides, and Portia forgets half the time she says because she's on Henny all the time. So she's like, oh, I didn't say that. Well, maybe I did. Well, I did say that. Well, who cares? I don't care what I say. And Phaedra's like, well, we need to pray for all of y'all. It's so weird.
And I feel like Portia forgets that Phaedra is the one who started it.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I was like, what is that noise? I'm hearing things.
I thought we had some really great sound effects. Like, you guys have a special guest that's about to come out of the sky.
Here's Kenya.
I heard that notification.
So, anyways, Phaedra decides to let her know, you're my +1. You're definitely coming. Portia says, yes, she's down to come. But the funniest thing tonight she's ever said was, I mean, you want me to go out of the country with these girls?
Right?
But she brought her man, so I feel like she...
No, I get what you're saying.
Leaving the country.
Honey, that's great. I didn't even catch that part.
I caught it. I was
always saying something crazy. I didn't know, it didn't sink in.
It's so Portia, though, right?
That's crazy.
Because I feel like it didn't sink in when you just said it. I'm like... But yeah, Portia.
Yeah.
So anyways, the trip starts and they all meet at the airport. Peter, Cynthia meet up first. The dramatic scene. I can't believe we're going on this trip together that we've both signed up for.
Right.
Like, what?
I feel like they've had the most dramatics this season. Like, that's not been reality. That's been like so set up, like Cynthia and Peter.
And I don't understand why before they left, she was like, oh, before the divorce is final. I mean, just last week you said, then her and Phaedra bounce around with these like, my divorce is final. Well, it's not final, or it is final. Is it final or is it not?
Right.
Is it?
Final or not?
Or not?
It should be final now.
Peter and Cynthia?
Like, Peter, are they still hanging out on Instagram and stuff?
Oh, I don't know about on Instagram.
Oh, well, who knows? Instagram lies sometimes. So, anyways, Bob shows up, Candy shows up, Todd shows up, Kenya shows up, Sheree is late, and they are Team Good Vibes. They all get on the plane. Sheree shows up. They're off to Hawaii together. And then they're there. They get like a fun little dance and drinks, and then Portia shows up with Todd and Phaedra.
It gets very awkward.
I'm surprised Todd, like, in the midst of that argument, that he didn't step up and try to like defend her.
Did you see him? Like the entire time he was like looking down. I was like, are you like texting somebody? Or are you just staring at your plate? What's going on?
Maybe because he was awkward. It was his first time really being around the group.
Right. He doesn't know his place.
It's his birthday, by the way.
Right.
No, that's right. It is. Happy birthday.
Like, I don't think he's that type of person either.
He's just here to like not cause any drama. I just want to stay on the show. I just want to keep, getting my check, and I just want.
Candy was wrong for calling Portia out, saying like, you know, when what she say to Todd, I feel sorry for you or something like that.
That was wrong.
I think she took it too low when she said that, but she was pissed though, you know.
Yeah, I feel like
I
she
get
didn't actually, because it's like Portia sitting here telling all these lies about you, and it's like.
Especially the
Candy's
whole drug
trying
thing.
to be mature, actually. Like, she's trying to, like, keep her composure, and it's like,
No, she wasn't. She already knew she wanted to pop off at the dinner.
She said it.
But it's because you're lying on me.
She brought the receipts.
I tried my hardest to hold it down, to keep it back, you know, and it's like, you're continuing to lie. You're lying. Like, I know for a fact you're lying, and you're continuing to do it with no remorse.
It's just very interesting that Sheree decides, okay, well, since it's like the elephant in the room, let's just bring it up so we can have a good resolution.
Dude, Sheree loves this.
I know.
She does
hired her for
everything.
this.
Yeah, no, I mean, she does a damn good job because she just couldn't let it go. Yes, we need to get this out on the table tonight so it doesn't ruin the rest of the trip. But it's like, oh my gosh, she has started everything this season.
Everything.
At the same time, people are right when they say, well, everybody's talking behind everybody's back. But sometimes it's just like, just let it go. Like, just move on. Like,
and people aren't gonna like each other. And last time I checked, every time someone doesn't like someone, they're going to say something bad behind their back.
Right.
And if you decide to be both of their friends, you have to have an understanding that that friend may say something bad about that friend because that's what people do. And the other friend may say something bad, but it's not your job to make these girls be friends. If they don't want to be friends, and if they want to talk crap behind each other's back, let them talk crap behind each other's back. Yeah. If you don't want to listen to it, say, please don't tell me. I don't want to hear it from you. I don't want to hear it from you. But it seems like you're only in the business of running and telling them.
She loves it though. She just like, she hears everything and then she gets to the table and she's like, okay, this is what we're going to do. And then she backs up and she's just like watches.
Yeah. The rat always gets killed.
Too.
Oh my God. It's...
Sheree. I love her though.
It's sad.
I do too. I do too.
It's almost as sad as Matt only being able to watch Kenya's dogs. So they do have a relationship. It's like, how do you say on one hand, like, I'm so done, I'm calling the cops, I'm like, this man is trying to like harm me, and like calling security and making this whole big ruckus in Charlotte, and then next thing you know, he's watching your dogs and he's still kind of your man.
Right. I'm really done with them. I don't want to talk about them
She's
at all.
confused.
That's how done I am with
I thought it was like a lie. I don't think they're together, and I thought the conversation with her brother was just like, not like there was no point in having
the point of that scene?
Yeah, it was just like
so
to bring back.
They want us to think that they're still together, or just for her to still have a storyline, pretty much.
But she could have had that conversation with, like, you know, Cynthia or somebody. I was just trying to see what was the point of
having
her
you see
brother
how
there.
messy Peter is. Why would he? You were there, Peter, with that whole showdown fight.
Yeah.
Right.
You knew that was going on. Why would you dare ask me in your right mind? Oh, why didn't you invite Matt on the trip to Hawaii?
Oh
I mean,
Peter is just so
I cannot
messy.
deal with Peter.
He might have thought they made up by now, because Kenya and Matt are pretty crazy.
Well, if she wants to make up with him, then no one needs to be her friend in the midst or ask about him, because they always have drama.
Right.
Like, they always have drama.
Yeah, they do. They do.
It's too weird. What are you thinking over there?
Somebody thinks that
Thanks for calling me out.
Somebody thinks that Kenya hired that guy to act like her family.
Right, that's what I'm thinking.
Right, I didn't see any features or anything.
No, they didn't look at anything in that.
Gave an explanation, like, because my dad had moved and started.
No, her dad. We did
that
see that
person's
last
wrong.
season. We did see that her
We
dad.
saw him?
Yeah, we saw the wife. We saw her dad, and he had married a lady, and they actually have another son, a younger son.
So that's her half brother, basically.
It's her half brother.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. They retracted that statement. They said it was wrong.
Don't be in the
sorry,
chat room
Tangled
Come on
telling
now, because you know
lies.
I'm anti-Kenya. I was ready to hop on board with that.
Right. Okay, so Candy decided we didn't even talk about the screenshot now.
Oh my gosh.
Since we're going
You
to
have a copy of the screenshot, right?
No, I don't.
Oh, my bad.
Why would you
Did
you don't have a copy of the screenshot,
No, did y'all
we
expect
thought,
me?
Yeah, somebody did,
we
right?
told you at the beginning of the week to have a shot of the screenshot.
Y'all, they're acting like Portia right now.
You don't remember?
Straight face. Damn
It was all that Henny that night.
No.
It was.
Did y'all really?
Just kidding. So Candy has a printed out screenshot. I guess when she decided to go to the bathroom, quote, she decided, she said, I got something for her.
I know. She printed that paper.
She printed out the screenshot, and it said something to the effects of, my phone was broken for the last 3 days. Queens was crazy.
Right.
It was nuts. And Portia or Candy says, I won't tell anyone. Don't ever bring bring it up. And Phaedra's, I keep giving everybody their names.
Right.
Portia was like, basically what happens in Queens stays in Queens. Like what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
So that lets me know.
Which seems like a normal conversation. Like I don't think that was too much. I mean, do you guys?
It lets me know that Portia's lying. It lets me know that Portia
What is she
does
lying
remember
about?
what she says and what she's doing while she's drunk. Because it's like, yeah, I remember Queens was crazy, and I remember what we
But she didn't
said,
say that
and
she didn't do it.
She said, yeah, verbatim, she was like, finally got my phone back on. It's been broke for 3 days. By the way, I've been laughing every day since Queens. We was turned up for real. Just want you to know I'm not going to rape you on camera, so no worry. LMAO.
I'm not going to rape you on camera, but I might rape you.
I mean, that can mean a million things, but I mean, do you guys think that she's lying? What is she lying about?
It's stupid. I can't believe
who's lying.
this
Portia.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
What did she lie about?
Saying that none of this happened in the first place.
No,
Okay, I'm gonna jump on your
said she
end.
didn't remember it.
I'm gonna agree
And then
with
she recalled it, and then she says, yes, I did say that. It was a lot of Hennessy that night. It was a wild and crazy night, and things happen like that when you go out. I mean, I've gone out and done things I don't really...
If it wasn't for these screenshots, she would have never admitted it.
No, she already admitted it before that. She admitted it to her sister. Remember, she was sitting there with Lauren, and she was like...
In today's episode, though. But in previous, like last week's episode and the week before, she denied it.
She denied what?
She denied the accusations as far as like her,
woods.
you know, calling
Coming on
Candy a lesbian
Candy.
and flirting with her and everything. She denied all of that, but now she's saying, "Oh, I was drunk," you know, so maybe I did say those things,
Like,
but
what
you
is
know,
your story,
whatever.
Portia?
So the thing is, I'm not gonna lie, I do agree with you as far as like, you know, when you do drink, you forget things. Because I know when I get lit, I forget things until somebody texts me like, you know, you said this,
Yeah.
or whatever. So that makes sense, but at the same time, like, you know, Portia, she just needs the. I wish she would have said this in the beginning that she was drunk, and that she probably said it and she forgot. But it comes off as if she, you know, she was lying from the beginning. So that's why it's hard to kind of believe her now. You know, so.
Well, Candy feels that Portia is the aggressor, which to me is a little too far-fetched. Like,
it is.
Candy, you like women, and you know how people get. Everyone as an adult, like, don't take the dramatics and be like, she's the aggressor now that because she's drinking and she's lied, and now you have people on your side that you can like throw other names out there.
This is stupid. I can't believe this argument escalated to this point.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, this is ridiculous. I mean, it'll be different if she was talking about Mama Joyce or somebody like that. But this is a situation. It's like, Candy, we know you a freak. You have a Anyway, we know you a freak. You have your own sex line. It's cool.
Freak.
It
And
is
that's why
what it
I
is.
feel
And Portia,
like
we know
Candy
you
really
are
has
fun.
no
You
reason
young.
to lie.
You have fun. You sleep with men, women, cats, dogs. It's whatever. But why? Is this
Not the
argument? Listen,
Not the cats.
but why is this like going overboard? I just feel like it's pointless.
So I agree, but Portia is like throwing low blows at Candy with the whole like she drugged me because Candy's
drug
like
is different.
concerned.
That's different though.
Candy's like
Yeah.
concerned that this is going to affect her reputation like
Right.
professionally,
Right.
and it's like horrible if that rumor starts getting her out around town. That's the way Candy and Todd are.
That's completely different.
That's the fuel to her fire, and
Yeah.
that's why she apologized, like we said before, to Todd and said that Portia is a fraud and that she's a liar. And for some reason, she decided to turn to the most Satanistic person in the room and try to have them on their side.
Right.
And Candy says to Phaedra, you know, and it's like, why would you turn to that person?
That's how much
you're
truth
right.
Candy is telling. Like, she's like, I'm so desperate that I'm gonna go to my ex-friend to vouch for me. Like, that's how much I know I'm telling the truth.
Right.
Like, that I'm gonna
About the sex dungeon, though?
about all of it.
Yeah, but you're right, Mo, because like this is a friend that is no longer a friend to Candy, and now she's actually a friend of Portia's.
Right, but
so
it's
she's
like,
saying if I can prove it with Phaedra,
Who
it
is
must
your
be
friend?
true. Yeah.
Yes.
No, I
Like,
think
you can
you're
tell
right.
the
Yeah.
desperation in it.
Yeah.
in her tears, in her
and
coming to Phaedra.
Another thing is Candy was saying, like, I'm a mother. Like, how is this going to reflect on me? Like, what if Riley's watching this? Or, you know, what if when Ace grows up, he hears this about me? I mean, I get it. Like, I thought of myself in Candy's position that I would lose it too. Like, Candy's really, like...
But
that's a rumor
said,
in the music industry. Like, you know, they drug people
what
just to
she's
drag them in.
saying.
Yeah, so I totally get it that if Candy felt that way. Because I'm like, you can tarnish her reputation. Like, that's true.
And just like Portia's sister said, like, this turned into... whatever she said, now it's turned into like Bill Cosby. Like, it was just a small situation, now it's turned into a whole Bill Cosby drugging ordeal. Like, it's too serious for the matter.
At the same time, it's so tough because the whole time I was thinking myself as Candy and like how pissed I would be if somebody was accusing me of trying to drug them. At the same time, though, like, sometimes people say lies about you, and when you know it's so bogus, don't you just like, whatever, that's so false?
But
like,
it's
You know
different
that
when
the
it's
industry they're in,
Right.
And you know, Candy even said that when she came, like, I'm just tired of how things are portrayed on camera when
That's
I know
true.
the truth.
Exactly.
And I know who I really am,
Yeah.
you know, as a person.
You're
It's
right.
just, like, really...
and that's what
this
she said.
is-
She wasn't going to hold her tongue anymore. So
Exactly.
she's really not holding her tongue right
And
now.
Portia keeps getting this information from other people.
But that's the thing. What
But who
scene?
are these people, though?
But what scene?
Right.
And
We
why
don't-
does
we
she have
haven't
these
met 'em.
people's number?
Yeah.
That's the one thing.
We haven't
Well,
met
If
her.
she has the number.
But what scene was it that Portia said that for sure that Candy drugged her? That she said that Candy drugged her.
I feel like-
only
Was it-
I only heard
was it
her
at the
say
end of
that
last
someone
episode when
told
she
me.
said it?
No, in the woods, nothing was someone told me. In the woods, everything was Candy did, Candy said. And
Candy
then
said
just now,
Candy
episode-
said she wanted to drug me, or Candy was gonna drug me.
Candy was like trying. I feel like she was saying
Yeah.
Candy was trying, because that's how I took it. But I feel like that was last episode, or maybe episodes ago.
I think there was.
But
last
either
episode.
way,
all
she
of
all of a
this
sudden.
episode.
Yeah.
I thought it was
someone
only
else
she
saying.
heard someone say that.
No, because even when she said, "Oh no, somebody said it," then I was like, "Wait, no, that's not what your story's been all of this time."
Because I think they even addressed it too.
Yeah.
Like, okay, Portia, now you saying somebody else said it?
But like, who's that somebody else?
We don't know.
Yeah,
We never,
This mysterious person.
we never will. She have a lot of mysterious people.
She's probably gonna hire somebody just to bring up the receipts.
Well, something happens. It's a to be continued episode, so
Oh my
we will
gosh.
see what happens
Yes.
next week. But we did see on what's happening next week that what's her name, Phaedra the liar, decides she wants to set up the restoration service and tell all these girls in the midst of this crazy madness
Right.
about it. Phaedra, what did I put? Phaedra talking to what? Oh, Phaedra talking to other guys.
yes, I can't wait to find out about
Oh,
that.
doesn't Phaedra just bounce all around with her words?
Oh yeah.
Candy, her ex-friend,
Right.
which I'm curious to see how they came up with this topic. But Candy decides to say, well, you were talking to other guys before your divorce was final. She goes, well, not talking to other guys.
We're talking to
Well,
other guys.
While I'm married,
Yeah.
I was just married talking to other guys.
Exactly.
Now let's have a church service and let the choir say amen.
But wait, was she separated though? That's the question. She was separated from Apollo at the time, right?
We
He
don't
was
know.
in jail,
We don't
so
know.
she didn't have a choice.
So they were
No.
but they were separated
They
before he
just
even went to
said
jail.
before- I think that's what they were saying. Like, you were talking to.
But the thing is
Before-
I don't. It doesn't even matter. Like, Apollo
Yeah.
is going to jail, so whatever, do whatever you want, but just don't lie about it and act like.
Exactly. That's
like
what
That's the
everybody on this
problem.
show.
She lies about the
Yeah.
things, like she tries to act holier than thou, but
Right.
then she wants to have fun and act normal, and then next thing you know, she's knocking on a church door.
Right.
Like, be who you want to be. Don't try to show us
Exactly.
one side and then make us believe another side. And especially, it would be a different story if she was acting this way and we're just like, okay, that's Phaedra. She just pulls these cards whenever she wants to. But she stirs up mess
Right.
in the midst of it. But it's gonna happen. Like, I know prediction. I know that Sheree is gonna bring up, well, you know, Phaedra, you've been a part of all this too, and I'm
Yes.
Who do you think
very
she's gonna do
curious
it?
to see.
You don't
You
think
think
she?
I said I win. I want to like how many
Next
more episodes?
episode.
is left?
Maybe next
Yeah,
episode.
maybe in the middle of that.
Maybe during the
fight.
church
No, 'cause it's-
service.
I feel like because that's like that's going to be the highlight of the season. So I don't think it's going to be in next week's episode.
Because
but,
she's-
Yeah,
Shut
we would have
that.
saw a little
Yeah.
snippet.
She's planned this trip. She's done like all this stuff.
She's trying to cover it up.
Easy going. She
Yeah.
thinks it's like,
That's what she's doing.
Everything's off of me right
She's
now.
trying to take the sin out of all these girls when she knows she needs to take the sin out
She's
of
the one
herself.
talking about jamming and all that other stuff.
Well,
It's-
something very
anyway.
serious we see happens next episode, which it kind of touches on domestic violence. There was some kind of argument between Kenya and Sheree that they go back and forth, and we see Kenya say, well, you're not, you know, or that's not a secret to you, something about domestic violence. And then we see Sheree get mad at Bob about
Choking.
and they're in the car, and she says, well, you have abused me, and he's like, well, maybe I should have choked you harder.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So what's
I know.
interesting is we see earlier previously in this episode, she says, well, if things go great, that means, you know, we're on to something.
Yeah.
I don't think y'all on to something, Bob. That would have and she broke down crying, and then Kenya consoled her.
Right.
They showed it to us in that way. Who
I
knows
wonder,
if
yeah,
it was
if
played
he
that
hit her
way?
again, or if
Yes.
it just like reopened the same wound.
But yeah,
Or what? Let's hope
it's
he didn't hit her
sad.
again.
It's sad though.
Really
It
sad.
is.
We don't condone domestic violence.
Don't.
Definitely. Hope you guys don't
You
even
are over there because you're like, you've been at church all day. I can tell because you rocking. No, yes,
I'm
Lord.
just agreeing, you know.
But anyways, do you guys have anything more to this episode?
No, we don't.
Actually, I'm just playing.
Oh, I was like, oh, did
Nah, what is everybody talking about?
That I sent you guys.
Do they have any questions?
People are looking forward to next week. I am also. I'm interested to see what happens with Sheree and Bob because I do not like Bob, and I hope this is the end of him.
Someone
They
says they
said-
just want to hear Candy call Portia Freako again.
Right.
You a
okay,
freak
this is
hoe.
what I
That's
sent
what we
you
should have played
guys.
that song. You remember
See,
that song?
you guys weren't about it.
Was
No,
that
listen,
making
this
me
is what I
touch
sent
it?
you guys earlier this week.
What did it say?
Sheree flew Delta this week, so she tweeted, "Can't believe the poor customer service you've shown today, Delta. Disappointed. Hashtag bad customer service." Then Southwest Airlines replies to Sheree and says, "You could use Southwest hospitality. The first 2 bags fly free, so you don't have to check them. Boo."
That's
And I just
cute.
felt like that was funny because y'all
I
know
don't fly
Sheree.
neither
Wait, there
one.
was something else that you sent us too after that.
Did I?
Yeah.
No, that wasn't me. I don't think that was.
Oh, her book.
Oh,
book.
wait,
Yeah.
that is very interesting. Why is it Candy hosting Sheree's book signing? And Candy doesn't ever want to be around anything that's like bad for her name. But isn't there going to be a lot of tea dropped in that book?
Right, she's probably in the book while she's over here hosting it.
No,
Right.
she probably read the book, and that's probably why she want to host it.
And
'Cause
Sheree's the
she's
bone
good.
collector, so a lot of she's great at collecting
She
bones.
is, yeah.
she must have
So-
portrayed Candy in a good light for Candy to want to host. Because I know Candy had to read it before she.
Oh yeah, I
stepped
would
up
think
to the
so.
plate.
Yeah.
When does the book come out? Oh,
Not
that's
sure,
March
but the book
5th.
signing is March 5th, which is today.
Today.
Okay, so maybe we'll hear about it. See
Tomorrow?
about it sometime this week.
Yeah.
Or maybe they shot some scenes.
Wait, do you
there.
think we can possibly get a book? And maybe we can read an
Try to
excerpt or
read a little bit,
something.
yeah.
next-
Book.
Anybody got a book that's online?
They're gonna send it to us.
Shoot, I always talking all that shit. I'm just playing. My bad.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, you guys, it has been a great episode. We can't wait for the continued episode next week.
Yes.
I know that I have truly missed you guys. It has been a pleasure recapping this episode with you guys. I am your host, Pink English. You guys can always find me on Instagram at Pink English, as well as on Twitter, English Speaks.
Hi guys, thanks so much for joining us in the live chat. We love to hear your comments or read them, I guess. I'm Jessie Zahner. You can find me all over social media at Athletic.
Definitely find me on Instagram and Twitter at MO Classified.
You can find me on social media at It's Me J Hart.
Y'all be nice in those
And
comments.
until I'm reading them being mean
Go
right
in
now.
on all of us.
But
We
until
understand
next
English,
week,
yeah.
until the next shady comment, have a good week. Love you.
See you
Mwah.
guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.